welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer!
All
Hello,
right.
Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
All right, welcome back for another reaction here at Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe, the Night Watchman. What up, people?
He's excited today. I love it. It's early for us, so I'm still trying to wipe away the sleep. But we are excited to react to this new trailer. Just got dropped. From what I'm told, this movie's 4 years in the making, Mr. Gabe. And this movie is a one part of three. Okay, so it's a trilogy, and there's a whole lot of excitement for it. It says this is a movie in the making for 4 years. It's a superhero kind of movie based on Hindu beliefs and ancient powers, energies. I thought I saw somewhere on one of the news outlet articles that there's some time travel involved. This has got Ranbir Kapoor, Amina Bachchan, Alia Bhatt, just to name a few. So those are some pretty heavy hitters, Gabe.
You know, I'm excited for it, and it's the same reason that I got excited when I first heard big names being attached to like Marvel films and to even DC films, right? Because the superhero or the comic genre wasn't really taken seriously, right? You couldn't really, other than Christopher Reeve, and after Christopher Reeve, that's actually what made his career. Like, you know, you just wouldn't take that role. But now you've got serious actors attached to it, which means studios are going to put serious money behind it. Because though you're not gonna put Amina Bachchan in a film that's gonna be trash, cousin. That's not gonna happen. All right, his people aren't gonna let that happen. There's gonna be production value. They're gonna take care of this film. So I'm always excited when they do that because it's my favorite genre. Even though, you know, I talk about like I enjoy practical effects, I still enjoy the story. It takes me back to like my childhood when it comes to like, you know, the fantasy. And again, I love Harry Potter. I love all those things. And I think it's a fresh breath of air when you see a different what do you call it? A different movie industry, you know, take hold of it. So for instance, just recently I saw Squid Games, right? And I got to see an entire series, like, and we've had tons of those here in America with, you know, from Breaking Bad to, you know what I mean? Like I can name them over. But this was the Korean version, and they produced some great content. So I love to see other art and how people interpret it. I think there's one other superhero movie we've seen that it was more like a B movie. I can't remember, man. It was Bollywood. Remember the guy had the mask or whatever or whatnot, and he was like on top of
the trailer. You mean
the trailer?
Was it Krish or something like that? I can't exactly remember what it was. I think it was Hrithik Roshan. Yeah.
Hrithik Roshan was in that one. But it's still like you don't see the Indian film industry, whether it's Bollywood, whether it's you know, Telugu. You don't see a lot of these these industries just delving into that. And I'm not sure why, because realistically, bro, globally, Endgame crushed everywhere. All right, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man, everybody's going crazy. It doesn't matter where you're at in the world, whether you're in India, well, I guess China's not getting it, but like Australia, everybody knows about these films. So why wouldn't you delve into that and do so and take a what do you call it? A little bit of that market share, so to speak.
Well, I think it's a risk because I don't know how many, you know, per capita Indians are super excited or even want superhero films, especially since you can access all the ones that America's producing or whatnot. But you're right. It's smart to tap into it. 4 years in the making. I'm not sure what the reason for all the setbacks besides COVID. I'm excited to check this out. I like how they're instilling Hindu beliefs in it to make it their own superhero. I think that's very, very cool. Very, very original. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's see what is happening now. Ooh, Astroverse.
कुछ चल रहा है दुनिया में ईशा, ऐसा कुछ जो नॉर्मल लोगों के समझ के बाहर है। कुछ पुरानी शक्तियां हैं, कुछ अस्त्र है।
Oh, that's cool.
ये सब तुम्हें क्यों दिख रहा है?
Oh,
तुम हो कौन शिवा?
Shiva.
Had himself like a little trident there.
Yeah. Wow, September. I can't remember besides KGF maybe when they have started to, publicize a
Drop of
film.
yeah. So far in advance. Right.
9 months in advance. Oh, India, you're in a world of hurt. I remember years ago when we were kids and they give you a pretty decent trailer and it would be like the summer of 2 years from now. What? I gotta wait 2 years for this garbage? Not garbage. It was probably really good. But like, India, don't do it. You're gonna kill your movie fan. I'm just kidding. But I think you call that trident. That's what it looked like. I think that's called the Brahmastra. I think that's what it's called. A little bit of research I did. I think that's one of the ancient weapons. One of the articles said that he tries to go back in time like 3,000 years or something like that in search of the ancient weapons to help him in a quest or a mission in the present time. So I wonder if that is that. You see that like statue of that god or mythological creature or whatever it is.
Right.
Hindu believes it's probably not mythological creature with that Brahmastra. So I'm telling you, Gabe and I, we watched this. We're like, oh yeah, we've seen this type of story before where a guy gets infused with the powers and a guy has to do so. I'm telling you right now, people are going to hate this comparison. But Green Lantern, man, that ring chooses the Green Lantern, the next one, and he's able to go on a quest and discover different things about him. There's more than just that to it, obviously. But I like the concept. It's very early on, which makes sense. It's 9 months away. But I like the concept. Look at the guy was getting beat up or something when he was infused with those ancient powers and energies. Looks pretty cool.
They didn't give us a lot, right? They didn't give us a lot. And they only really just gave us some visuals, more of the story, actually.
Yeah.
But I will say this, right? I always forget his name. I always just call him the guy from Brophy.
Ranbir Kapoor.
Ranbir Kapoor. And it's crazy because sometimes I confuse him with Hrithik Roshan. Bro, he is such a great actor. You know me, bro. I hate rom-coms. I absolutely do. But he was so great in Brophy. And think about this. He plays a deaf mute in Brophy, remember? So he is able to he was able to convey such a heartwarming, passionate, emotional story with just his face and his mannerisms. Like, this dude's a real actor. It is hard to convey emotion and passion and pain and everything he did in that film without saying a word. Like, people forget it was him and wow, I love her to death.
Priyanka
Chopra. They both put on an absolute acting clinic, because for a woman that's also known as just basically being a heartthrob, right? She's a bombshell. She played a completely different character, and she was able to put on some great acting chops. So I'm excited to see him in that role. And again, when you attach big people to these roles, then the studio is going to take care, whether it takes 4 years or not, to make sure it's good. Because I'm sure his people aren't going to let him be in a movie that's trash. Like, what are you kidding me? You better rewrites, fix it. No, take care of that. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying, dude? And that's where it gets to me, where again, they don't necessarily have to be Marvel or even DC, which I love DC concepts, but just the superhero concept, or just the mystical powers and all that in general, I'm in every day, man. I'll jump on it because I enjoy those so much, bro.
Part 1 of 3, that's where you had me sold. I love the concept of the planned trilogy, not the trilogy where like, hey, this one was pretty good, we should do another one right away. No, a planned trilogy where you have everything. I mean, that worked really well for Lord of the Rings, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So I'm excited for that. I think Ranbir Kapoor is a great actor. I think I saw somewhere, maybe on the comment section for this video, where someone's like, finally, after years, this guy's in a movie. I don't know if Sanju was his last movie, but that was years ago. But it's good to see him in it. I'm always a huge fan of Alia Bhatt. She's in like every movie, for crying out loud. She's the greatest agent of all time. And then I'm going to botch him. I'm assuming he's going to have like a minor role or smaller role, but he's still going to be fantastic. Let us know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please tell us, what is your favorite Ranbir Kapoor film? And if you want to, go for your favorite Alia Bhatt film, because there's a million of them to choose from. But until next time.
We know all things.